G'day legends, how you going? It's Laz here, and I do apologise, this is going to be a talkover. Unfortunately, I went out, had a really good spiel, I was yarning away, just having a good old yarn, and got home and the microphone and everything didn't want to work. It died on me. So the batteries went flat. I'm hoping they went flat, or because it was a full battery charge when I went out, and I got back, it was dead. So unfortunately, I didn't get to record, and there was some funny stuff happened anyways. It was good. I actually enjoyed the ride. It was a very long ride. You'll see a map come up after, and I'll explain a little bit how I got that map. So I've got a little bit of a 3 topics here to talk to you today about. I was talking to you about them in the video, as you'll see a lot of hand gestures. A lot of hand gestures. I don't know why I ride a bike and talk and I use my hands to talk. It's actually quite dangerous, but hey, whatever. It's all good. I enjoy doing it, so whatever. It's all good. So I got into this and I was like, I'm going to have to try and make this a bit more structured. I can't just go off on tangents and start talking about one thing and split off and talk about another. So I've tried to make it a little bit more structured so it's a little bit easier for you to follow, and I'm not ranting and raving about just random stuff, which I'm starting to do now. So I'll get on the track. Had a guy, a subscriber, say, look, I'm from Newcastle. Can't remember your name, mate. I'm sorry. I tried to find the comment. I couldn't find it. I couldn't remember what video it was on, so I do apologise for that. But he drives, I believe, coal trains or trains over in Newcastle, which is in Australia. And he just asked me, do you have any trains or train lines or anything like that, a station out where you're at? And straight away I was like, yeah, guess what? I do. So we're going to go, that's the plan. I was going to come out to the Malcolm Railhead. I don't know how long it's been there for. It's been there for a fair while. And you can see the train up in the distance there in the middle of the screen. It's been there for a while. They used to use it back in way when they used to do all the mining and stuff in Malcolm. That's where I'm at now. This is Malcolm town site, or it's meant to be a ghost town, but there's no actual buildings or anything like that. I've been out here a few times for years, but yeah, not this far out. Anyways. So he asked me for trains, so I thought, yep, you know what, I'm going to take you out, and it just so happened to pulled it at a good time because it just so happens to be a train there. Now, it wasn't getting loaded up. I think it was either just been unloaded or just been loaded, and they were just about to head off, so I just made it past as they were starting to chuff off, or whatever, I don't know, train terms, hit the rails, I don't know. I don't really know, but yeah, so it was good timing, and then I got a little bit soaked, nearly got a little bit soaked by a water truck. Getting a bit of drift coming back from him, but he's watering down the track so they weren't kicking up dust. So I don't think they really appreciated me coming past. I wasn't being an idiot or anything like that. I wasn't kicking up dirt at him, but I still don't think they really appreciated it. But yeah, so I come out. The train line here goes from the mine, which is about 5 minutes out of town. That's a gold mine. They shunt from there. I'm pretty sure they all go. I don't know if this train actually goes from the mines to Malcolm and then Malcolm to Kalgoorlie, which is the next town, big major town down from us. I'm not sure if there might be different trains. I'm not sure. So I'm sure there'll be someone watching this that will know. So who's watching this that lives up here. So leave a comment if you got a channel. Leave a comment and let us know what happens. It'd be good. But yeah, so this bit's just about over. So there's the train, mate. We found the train. Found the train depot. You'll see in a sec coming up. We've got all the shipping containers and stuff up there. The train is actually bloody long. Like, sometimes if you get there and your train's starting to go across in front of you on the tracks and you need to get across, you can be there for like up to 10-15 minutes depending on how slow it's going. But it doesn't really matter. It's good fun sitting there watching them. But yeah, whatever. Here comes the water truck coming up. Now, shortly guys, after this truck, you'll see a map come up. That brings me to my second little topic that I want to talk about. Most of you know I got a GPS, a Magellan GPS Explorers 110, and the sole reason I got that was not for what I've used it for now, but it was actually used, I'm using it for when I go prospecting, or if I go riding by myself, when I get my long range tank and I go out, so say somewhere I've never been before, I'm not familiar with, I can actually set waypoints so that I can actually find my way back through the bush, back to that waypoint, being the waypoint, maybe being the main road that I've come in on, or something like somewhere where I know that I can get back to and find my way home. However, I found another reason to use this thing. As you're about to see, it's going to pop up as a map, and I can use Google Maps, and I can actually import my track. So what I'll do is I'll start my ride, and I'll get the GPS out and mark my point where I'm starting, and then I'll get it to record my track. Then what happens is I can come into Google Earth, as you're seeing here now, and actually display where I've actually ridden. And now if you actually zoom in, like this is fairly zoomed out because it's quite a long ride I went for. It was about 80 plus Ks. And it was great fun, and I can actually track where I've been. I can. The other thing I got it for too is if I come across a spot where I'd like to film in future videos, I can actually mark it on the waypoint film spot. Then I can actually make my way back out there. So it's actually really good, and it comes in handy. As you can see here, guys, I found a kangaroo, and he actually jumped. There was probably about 5 or 6 of them. Some of them went away, and this one guy, he's come charging at me. He jumped towards me and stopped. I was like, alright, let's have a go. So I go chasing him through the bush. I ended up getting stopped. I nearly hit a big stump here, and that would have just about ended my ride, because if that had hit my front tyre, or my back tyre, it would have been the end of it, would have gone straight through. But I hit a tree there, and I actually got a bit of a bruise on my arm from it, and it cut a little bit. It actually really hurt. I hit it probably about 50-60 k an hour, and that actually bloody hurt. And then coming up here, guys, I'm just going to quickly tell you, we've got in the video upcoming, if you watch through, there's actually a bit of a rocky hill climb. It doesn't really give it much justice to the angle. I'll talk a bit more about that later. But we've got another open cut pit here where they've obviously been doing some testing. So I found this. It was good fun. I don't know if you saw it on the map. You may need to go back and pause it, but there's a big pit that I want to go and have a look at as well. So that'd be pretty mad. Anyways, bringing me to my third and final topic for this video, guys. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. It's definitely much better and a lot easier to do these live, because you can just, off the top of your head, you can spin stuff out, and then I kind of find that I feel like I'm a little bit it's too structured for my liking doing this. It's too planned out. I'd rather just be, get the random stuff. That's when you get the good stuff, I reckon. The good stuff is when you're doing it live. But yeah, so the third topic, it was MotoStorm, or aka Dockman Rides. I hope that's right, mate. Dockman Rides 1. I do apologise if I said that wrong. Correct me if I was wrong. Sorry. But he asked Australian slang. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Bit of a story behind it was he came over to Western Australia, Perth, where I live, and for business or whatever it was, and he had a friend over here, and the individual gave him a book of Australian slang, and when I looked at it, I was like, oh, I'll have a look and see, Google it and say, well, what is classed as Australian slang? Turns out that just about nearly every word, and I've used it in my previous videos, and I use it quite often. I use a lot of Australian slang, and pretty much, I don't know what the real definition of Australian slang is, but the way I'm going to define it to you is just we being lazy. It's just us being lazy and shortening words and abbreviating words because we're lazy. That's all it is. That's all I can think of it is. It's like, and you got like the old ones, like you got out the back of Burke. I'm going out the back of Burke. Saying out the back of Burke means you're going to go a long way. You're going to travel a long distance and go a long way. What else have we got? Like you got, gonna go drain the lizard, means you're gonna go take a leak. Your old fella is your male parts. I'm trying to be PG here for you guys. So is your male parts. You hear me say dog a lot. Oh, you dog. Oh, you dog. To me, I call stuff dogs if it's been a pain in the ass. But realistically, in Australian slang, if you were to call a chick is another one, is a woman or a lady. If you were to call it to a lady and say, oh, you dog, you're such a dog, it means that, you're ugly. She's ugly. So it's just lazy language. It's just terrible. But what I'll do, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using it throughout my videos. And if I ever say something that you're not 100% on and saying, well, what does that actually mean? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll let you know what it means. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of an Australian slang word, and if you guys want to try and find out what it is, you don't have to find out. If you're like, oh, what is it? You can Google it if you like. Some of you Aussie guys may know what it is, and I better tell you what it is actually before I get too far ahead. Bush oyster. Just getting rid of a bush oyster. What do you reckon that is? Just picking a bush oyster. That might even give it away, but there you go. Bush oyster, guys. Try and find out what that is, or if you want to know what it is, leave a comment down below and I'll tell you. Anyways, so that's the end of my video today, guys. I'm sorry once again that it was a talk over. I don't really like doing these, but however, with the audio device out of action, I just had to. Anyways, I'm going to start using a bit of Australian slang, which I've already been using it anyways. I'll use it in my videos a bit more. A bit of butch talk, and if you guys are like, well, what was that word? Leave a comment and I'll tell you or if you leave I'll pick a comment out which one, and I'll post that up on the next video, and I'll actually explain what it is. Anyways, guys, I'm Laz. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you didn't get too bored with the talk over. Hopefully I'll have my audio fixed for the next ride, and hopefully I'll have my long range tank so we can go a bit further and explore a bit more. Anyways, thanks very much, guys. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.